thought it'd be a fun idea to talk about snacks, because I like snacks. These are snacks that are healthy. Of course, I know that could be arguable and someone out there could say that some of these are not healthy, but these are the alternatives to the snacks that I consider that are not as healthy. Basically kid food. If it were up to me, I would just eat kid food all the time. I'd have Lunchables and Doritos and Frosted Flakes and peanut butter cups, and these are my alternatives to those things, because if not, I would just eat like a child, and this is kind of my way of eating like a kid without feeling so guilty, because it's like sugar-free, or maybe it's grain-free, or maybe it's lower in fat, or maybe it's higher in protein, and those little things kind of justify making it okay to have them. This isn't based on like any type of diet or anything specific. This is just things that I enjoy having that I think are worth mentioning, that are tasty, and that are kind of guilt-free. I mean, everything in moderation, right? Hopefully something in here can inspire you to try something that you haven't tried before. I'm nosy and I like seeing what people eat. So hopefully you're nosy and you like watching what people eat too. Also, I am a snacker. I probably survive off of snacking more than I actually sit down and have a proper meal. I think we only sit down and properly eat dinner, and then the other parts of the day is just snacks. I kind of just like have like 2 or 3 snacks and then dinner, and then maybe one more snack. I'm not claiming that that's the way it should be. I don't think there's a rule. I think everybody needs to do what's best for them. I just like having little bits of things throughout the day to look forward to. We're gonna go from savory to sweet, and then we're also gonna go into like some optional meals, like things that could be looked at as a snack, but it could also be a meal. So hopefully you enjoy this. So starting with the savory snacks, I do love popcorn. I think that's like my #1 favorite snack of all snacks. I mean, I even have my popcorn earrings on. Popcorn is just one of those snacks that I've had since I was a kid. I've always loved it. I don't want to have to quit it. So I found this alternative. I mean, yes, it's not an alternative, it's popcorn, but it's mini bags. And it is SMARTPOP. I mean, I think that's, you know, something to note as well, that it's 94% fat-free, only 100 calories per bag. But really, it's portion that helps me. I used to just pop a whole entire bag of popcorn and just eat the whole entire thing. So this kind of helps me have a little bit more control. A lot of the stuff I'm going to mention in this video have a lot to do with portion control, because I think that as long as you have a little bit of everything, you're fine. But it's just when you overconsume things, and this helps me out with that. Another savory snack that I have never stopped loving and I grew up eating is Doritos and chips. And sometimes I miss having actual Doritos. I feel like I never have them anymore, but I kind of don't even miss them that much, because I have found an alternative, which is Siete chips. I only have these 2 right now because I ate the rest, but I kind of always have them on stock. Siete is grain-free tortilla chips. They do also now have kettle potato chips that are they just recently came out with. I don't have a gluten intolerance, but I like to stay away from it when I can, because I just assume that we all should not probably have gluten if so many people have intolerances to it. So this is made from cassava flour, avocado oil, coconut flour, chia seed, and sea salt, and that's it. So if you look at the ingredients of Doritos or any other brand of chips, it's gonna have a ton of ingredients, and I like that it's made with avocado oil, so it makes me feel better. Siete has a lot of different flavors. I'm not sponsored or anything, by the way. None of this is sponsored. Just want to make sure everybody knows that. They have lime, they have a flavor called fuego that is like kind of spicy. They have ranch, they have nacho, and they have sea salt, and well, this is the nacho. These are the little mini bags, which I do think is, again, great for portion control. One bag is 130 calories, so I don't have to feel that bad. I tend to overeat if I have the big bags, so I like to go for the little ones if I can find them. The big bags are usually at Publix, but if you're looking for the little bags, you might have to order it online or order it, I think, at Whole Foods. They have it too. Also, I wanted to mention there's a website called Thrive Market, and I've been using them for years now. I love Thrive. All the snacks that are more like obscure that you don't find just like at any grocery store, Thrive Market's great for that. They also always have coupons and they give you free gifts, and it's worth checking out if you're looking into something. I actually was thinking about doing like a Thrive Market unboxing one of these days, because I do order from Thrive pretty often, and Siete is one of the things I do order from Thrive. Again, a good alternative. They also have a queso dip and hot sauces and salsas, and they have a little bit of everything. So if you ever want to check out Siete, you can check out their website, but the fuego is the best flavor. And by the way, when I do have these chips, I tend to dip them in something. I don't just eat them plain, so usually it's guacamole or sour cream, or I just like melt cheese, or I'll have some kind of dip. Actually, I'm obsessed, and I didn't buy it. My favorite dip is from Publix, and it's the spinach artichoke dip, and it is so perfect with these chips. So this is the next thing I wanted to talk about. Again, grain-free. There's a trend here, but this is grain-free Crunchmaster Mediterranean herb crackers. These crackers are definitely more like crispy. They're actually very crispy. My boyfriend loves these too. They're also made with cassava flour, coconut flour, tapioca starch, and then the rest is just seasoning. It's just one of those crackers that I just feel a little less guilty about because it's baked and it's made from cassava flour. It's grain-free, simple ingredients, zero cholesterol, zero saturated fat, and no artificial flavors, gluten-free. I don't know, you know, I just feel better when I eat things that say those things on the back. And to go along with these crackers, I do have hummus because they just go well together. I do love hummus, and I again love portion control, so I do like these little mini ones that are already like pre-portioned out for you. Sometimes I would buy the full hummus and I would just go through it in like 2 or 3 days. And then sometimes I would go through it for a day or two and then forget about it, and then it would go bad. I like it because I can just get this one size and not overdo it, but also it's great for when you're on the go too, and when you're in a hurry and you don't have time to like, you know, put it on a plate or anything. I do like Sabra. The only thing is that I wish they had more flavors for the little singles. My favorite flavor of hummus from their brand is the pine nut one, and they don't have it in the singles. Maybe they do have it, just not the Publix I go to. These two go together pretty well, but on top of that, here's where I'm gonna get boring and talk about vegetables, but I do enjoy eating veggies with hummus. I like to eat my hummus with celery, radishes, and carrots. So what I'll do is I'll kind of have like my little hummus packet, and then I'll put out like a few carrots, a few celery sticks, and a few radishes, and then I'll have like a few crackers, and I'll make myself feel like I'm having this like elaborate meal. I do also like the crunch of these veggies, and they taste good with hummus. And if you can get your veggies in and your snacks, even better, right? Also, Coco loves radishes and carrots, so he kind of shares them with me. So sometimes I'm eating my hummus with my carrots and my radishes and my celery. He won't eat the celery, he doesn't like celery, but I'll share like a carrot and a radish with him, and I'll always make sure to have a few extra so I can toss him one because he's a healthy dog. Okay, so the next thing is also on the healthier side, I believe, and it is edamame. Edamame. I always feel weird saying edamame. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. It's weird because I'll go to a restaurant and it'll be like $5 to $6 to order a little bowl of edamame when you can just make it at home yourself. Sometimes when I want like an appetizer before dinner, or I just want something kind of like warm but savory, I will put chili powder on this. I will put I'll decorate it with different toppings and kind of change the flavor up with it. You can just boil this in hot water, and if you're in a real hurry, honestly, you could just microwave it and then just put like, you know, some salt, some chili flakes, whatever you want to top it off with. I know there's mixed feelings about soybeans, and some people say soy is bad, but I think every once in a while, I don't think it hurts. And it is packed with plant-based protein and fiber. It reduces the risk of heart disease, so I wanted to mention this because I just found it recently. This is called Flatout. It is a pizza like crust that is super flat. I personally like super thin crust pizza. This is kind of like a lunch option as well. It doesn't have to be a snack, but it's only 130 calories. Sometimes Jeremy and I will split this and, you know, have half and half. I do like that really thin crust pizza that almost is like a cracker. I don't even want there to be crust, so this is perfect for that because it's just mostly toppings. And then I'll just put like some kind of pesto, and then I'll put like whatever I choose to put on it. It could be veggies, mushrooms, it could be protein like chicken, and then just like put a little cheese, and you have a nice low-calorie pizza. I mean, calories will depend on what you put on it, of course. A little dollops of ricotta cheese, really good. As a kid, I grew up, you know, loving little pizza bagel bites. I loved oven pizza, and I still do enjoy oven pizza. We probably have it once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, and it's the Cappellos brand of pizza. I'll put a picture right here. I actually don't have it right now because we literally just ate the last box we had like a few days ago, and we need to restock. We always try to have Cappellos pizza in our fridge because it is our favorite, just like easy, right into the oven pizza that we don't feel that guilty about because it's healthier. It's a good option on a Friday night or on a night where you're just like, we're not cooking tonight, we're just gonna have like a pizza night. But this is also great for like in the middle of the day when you just want to have something for lunch and you want to keep it light, but you want pizza. Then this is not a bad idea, and they sell it at Publix. So again, going with the grain-free, low carb. A lot of my influences here are keto. I'm not doing keto, but I did do keto for a while, and I do kind of follow it naturally. I'm not against carbs, But I do love this bread, and I discovered this bread because it is only 2 grams of net carbs. It is super thin, which I appreciate. It's only 70 calories, 5 grams of protein, and 4 grams of fiber. So, you know, if you're looking into the nutrition facts, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand what the ingredients are. So someone could argue that if you don't understand all the ingredients, maybe it's not the best for you. But I do see some good stuff in here that looks right, like oat fiber, organic flaxseed meal, you know, sunflower kernels. I mean, I assume this isn't too bad for you. What I like the most about this bread is just that when I was on a hunt looking for low carb bread options, most of them are just not good. They taste chalky, or they taste like egg. This has like a bread taste, and it actually is soft. It's not like a hard bread. It's the perfect bread actually for grilled cheese, peanut butter and jellies, more kid food that I always dream about. This is also great for sandwiches, but also I probably use it the most with just like an egg on a toast. I put it in the air fryer and just kind of get it like a little toasty, and then I'll put like an egg on it, or I'll put like mashed avocado or cheese or whatever I decide to have with it. Sola Bread, sponsor me. Okay, and now I'm gonna go into pasta replacements. I know pasta isn't a snack, but I'm just gonna throw it in here because honestly, I love these things. This is the brand Palmini. It is heart of palm pasta. A whole entire can would be 60 calories. So, and it's filling. That's the craziest part about this. So you can literally have a whole bowl of pasta, or at least you can feel like you're having a whole bowl of pasta, and really it's only 60 calories, and you don't feel guilty because the only ingredients in this: sliced heart of palm, water, natural sea salt, and that's it. I just think it's a great alternative for someone who is craving pasta but doesn't want to feel super guilty about eating pasta, because I think we all can agree that pasta isn't like the healthiest thing in the world for us. I try to pick and choose my moments. Like, there are moments where I will have real pasta, but I want it to be worth it. Like, I want pasta carbonara. But if not, if I just want like a quick, easy, healthy meal where I just throw it together, I'll just boil this in hot water, and then I'll throw in some protein and like whatever sauce I'm using that day, pesto, spices, throw in some veggies, some spinach. I just use whatever I have in the fridge basically, and then I just throw this in there, and I feel like I'm having a delicious bowl of something super like hearty, but it's really just fake pasta. They also have a lasagna version, which we did try once, and it's actually pretty good. It actually worked for lasagna. I also wanted to mention these miracle noodles. I know this is not for everyone. Some people in my life have tried miracle noodles and are not a fan, including Jeremy and my mom, and a lot of people that I've told about these things are like, I'm not into miracle noodles. I think it's worth a shot trying. The Shirataki konjac pasta, these are even less calories. Like, these are basically virtually no calories. It's kind of crazy. They have 10 calories. It doesn't even make any sense. It's just organic konjac flour. I don't even know what that means, but it tastes like nothing. So whatever sauce or flavor you put in the pasta is the taste of the pasta. So there's virtually no taste, and there's barely no calories. These are just very soft noodles, to the point where they taste kind of like, they can be a little rubbery, so I'm just giving you a heads up. If you want to try it, just know that it's not going to taste exactly like pasta. I will say the heart of palm option is a little bit more, like, it has a little more texture. It's a little bit more like pasta-like, but you have to know it's not going to taste like pasta either. These are all alternatives. They're not the thing. So it's close though. It's pretty close. Okay, going into a little bit more like sweet, but not super sweet just yet. I will get to the really good sweet stuff at the end. I never thought I'd see the day that I would actually like Greek yogurt, and not just Greek yogurt, but 0% milk fat plain Greek yogurt. To be honest, the only reason I got into it in the first place is because it does have probiotics, and I'm not going to pretend to talk about probiotics like I understand it, but I just know it's good for your gut, and it's good for you. There's no way I would ever be able to eat this plain. I need to have toppings, and it's kind of like nobody eats oatmeal plain. Usually people add toppings and flavors to it. So I do love adding berries and a little drizzle of honey, and that's kind of like been my go-to. But my favorite way to top off Greek yogurt is actually pomegranate seeds. Right now, I think it's not in season or something because I was at Publix and I couldn't find them. So berries will do as well. I do like having blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, that's fine. But pomegranate seeds are the best. And then you could top it off with a little bit of granola or little crunchy cereal of some sort. This is like my new favorite cereal, granola. Cereal was like my favorite thing to have when I was a kid. I ate cereal all the time. I loved Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and all those things are just not the things I'm gonna have anymore. So this is like my new favorite cereal. I do like topping my Greek yogurt off with this, and I do like having this as a cereal. What I try to do to control myself with this, because honestly it's easy to go a little out of hand with cereal, is putting it in like a little small little coffee mug that's like a small one, and then when it's over, it's over. But if you've ever tried a Larabar before, we used to be fans of Larabar, but I kind of got like tired of them. They're just like healthy, you know, granola bars. Like they're made with dates. They do have now the cereal versions of those bars. So they have the apple pie, they have like a chocolate chip one, which is really good too. But the cashew cookie is my favorite. The craziest part is that it only has 7 ingredients. It is whole grain oats, honey, rice, cashews, sunflower seeds, and cashew butter, and sea salt. I find that insane. Like how it tastes so good, and it doesn't make sense to me how it can be just 7 ingredients. But this is not low carb, and this is not sugar free. This is a little bit more on the like splurgy side, but it's just so good that I had to mention it. At least it's sweetened with honey. I think that makes it better. I think honey isn't as bad as straight up white sugar. And by the way, I wanted to mention that the best milk to go with this is cashew milk. Just saying. Cashew milk with cashew cereal. It is like, it is just like heavenly. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into like the sweets, because I actually don't really have the biggest sweet tooth. I tend to want more savory snacks and sweet snacks, but I like having my options because at least once a day I need to have like a little something sweet. Even if it's just like a little something. I did mention these in a video recently, but these are Perfectbars. We've been obsessed with these refrigerated peanut butter cups. They are dark chocolate with sea salt. They are so good. They are better than normal peanut butter cups. In fact, I would eat these over any peanut butter cup any day. Even more than Reese's peanut butter cups, which I do love, but this is better. They are refrigerated, so they're cold, which I like. They have 20 plus superfoods inside of them, which is insane. 7 grams of protein. Yeah, it does have some sugar, but what we usually do is we split 1 pack between the 2 of us. It comes with 2 cups, and we'll just have 1 cup each. And it's just like a nice little, you know, they're just so good that like I can't live my life without these. But they also do sell these other style of like, what do you call them? Refrigerated protein bars, basically. So this is the dark chocolate chip peanut butter with sea salt, and this is the coconut peanut butter, and they are both really good. Their style of protein bars are, well, again, they're refrigerated, so they're cold, which is really nice because it's like a different experience, I think, than just having like a normal protein bar that you just grab from the cupboard. And there's something about their texture. It's very, if you don't like peanut butter and nut butters, then you probably won't like this, but if you like the texture of peanut butter and almond butter and cashew butter, then you would love this because it has such a thick consistency of nut butter, which I personally like. I will say everything that Perfectbar makes is good, so worth checking out. They have them at Publix. These are actually melting right now, so I'm going to show you really quick. These are Kind frozen bars. Specifically, my favorite personally is the dark chocolate almond one and sea salt. I think everything dark chocolate almond sea salt is my favorite, but I couldn't find them today, so I went for the dark chocolate peanut butter. I keep this in the freezer. If you look, they're kind of melted because I let them hang out a little too long in the top of the table here. But these taste okay. So if you've ever had a Snickers ice cream bar, this tastes like that. Except this is 180 calories and it's by the brand Kind, so it's a little bit more, these are a little bit more, you know, they still have sugar and all that. I'm not gonna say they're perfect, but they're just a little better. Speaking of ice cream, I am not a huge ice cream person. I do like ice cream, but it's not like something that I go hard with. Like if I have it, I know people who will eat a whole pint in one night. I can't do that. I feel like that's too much, but I will literally take this little cup I have and fill it up with ice cream, and that's as much as I will have. And that is enough to satisfy the sweet tooth and the desire for a frozen treat. I know Halo Top is probably one of the most popular, like, healthier ice creams. I will say I like Rebel better. I've done both, and I like both, but Rebel is just a little better. It's also a little healthier. I think it has less carbs and less sugar. Actually, I think it has no sugar. Yeah, it is made with erythritol, which is, like, sugar-free. So technically this is perfect if you are on keto and or if you're trying to like monitor your sugar intake. My favorite flavor so far that I've tried is the coconut almond swirl. It is so good. If you haven't noticed by now, I like the almond taste in most of my snacks, but this one's my favorite. Also like the coffee chip one, and the butter pecan's really good too. Really all their flavors are fine. We don't even usually have ice cream in the freezer. It's kind of like rare moments, but I did buy it for this video because, well, I kind of wanted it as an excuse also. I did want to mention it because I feel like Halo Top is the one that's kind of more popular, and I feel like people need to talk about Rebel being the better option because it really is tastier and has no sugar. So, I mean, it has fake sugar. You know, you can't win them all. Okay, 2 snacks left. I know I've gone through a lot of snacks, but this is another one I wanted to mention. So if you are a person who cares about protein, and sometimes we just need a cookie, you know? We just need a cookie in our lives. And sometimes I like to make my own cookies, and I'll go ahead and get like almond flour and egg, and I'll make like my keto, low carb, sugar-free cookies. But this is honestly the perfect like quick on the go protein cookie that is actually tasty. I've tried quite a few other options and they're not as good. I used to also have Quest protein bars. I had a phase where I liked Quest protein bars, and then I got tired of them as well. But their cookies are really good. They're soft and chewy, which I like. They have 15 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and 5 grams of carbs, which is really good macros for someone who's looking at that. And also something easy to just take on the go when you're in the car. We don't have these very often because they are expensive. A lot of these snacks are pricey, so we tend to have them like here and there. We kind of alternate between these snacks because if I always had them around, it'd be very expensive to constantly keep up with that. But I do think this is like a fun alternative when you want a cookie. Okay, last but not least, Lily's, because we all need chocolate in our lives. And unfortunately, I do not have my favorite Lily's chocolate right now to show you. It is the Lily's dark chocolate salted almond. I'll put a picture right here. That is my #1 go-to. We have to go to Whole Foods to get it because Publix does not have it, or I ordered on Thrive Market as well. But I did find this one, and this is the milk chocolate style peanut butter cups. I also like their dark chocolate one too. These are sweetened with stevia, and so they have no sugar. I mean, again, a sugar substitute. I like that they're individually packaged, which is very convenient, and Lily's chocolate in general is worth checking out and is great with coffee. And it's sugar-free, sweetened with stevia, so you don't feel so guilty, and you can still have your chocolate. Okay, that was a lot of snacks, and I hope you guys found something maybe that you haven't tried before and that you want to check out. Let me know if you've tried any of these snacks before. Comment down below and tell me what is your favorite like healthy alternative for a snack or a meal, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Toodaloo!